Hi again, it's Ryan Miller with Etna Interactive. So this is the second of 6 parts in our Horizon series. We're looking at the future of online marketing and predicting what you can do to benefit your practice today. Now, a little bit about this video. This is specifically for the medical industry, and we're looking at online marketing strategy. This particular segment is going to benefit doctors and practice owners, practice managers, as well as marketing managers. Now, when we look at medical marketing horizons in the series, what we're trying to do again is predict what's going to be coming down the line and giving you some specific tactical advice that you can use to benefit your practice today. What we're going to be talking about here is the social changes that are happening in online marketing. If we were to go back 50 years, it was entirely common for doctors to make house calls, for people to have personal relationships with their doctors. So what we're going to be talking about here is the new phenomenon of social house calls and how social media is impacting the practice. So we look ahead and what's going to be changing in the future. Well, the reality is that people are wanting closer, deeper, more human connections with their healthcare providers, that practices are getting very good at using social media competitively to reach out, connect with patients, and ultimately attract them into their practice. And that as the lines between personal and professional blur further and further, the practices are confronted by real challenges and how to manage working inside that new space. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take those concepts, we're going to pull them back to today. I'm going to give you some tactical advice that you can use to benefit your practice. Now, this first one's a little tough for me. For the last couple of years, as social media has proliferated, we've been fairly conservative with our clients, recommending that either if they didn't have the time, if they were concerned with the ROI, they were worried about being responsive, or they just weren't sure if social media was right for them, we've supported that decision and said, you know what, move on when you're ready. Well, the time is now. You need to get ready because social media is here to stay. And in fact, there are more compelling reasons than ever for your practice, if not already, to be involved in social media. Probably the most important of these is the recognition that it allows you to take your brand, your image, and portray that in a really effective way online. It gives depth and humanity to how you're perceived. Maybe perhaps as important, search engines today are giving more and more weight to social factors. So what that means is that they're looking at references to your practice, links to your site that appear on social sites, and allowing that to influence how it is you rank. So knowing that, you can't continue to ignore social media or you're likely to fall behind and lose rankings in the search engines. And then finally, this is really an investment in the long haul. This is a chance for you to build equity in the form of a big library of content on your blogs, a big following or a fan base of people who like your business, so that when you really are ready to engage in social media, you have those things available to you. Now, this isn't something that you can do without planning. You do need to decide where you want to participate. We recommend Facebook and a blog as a great place to start. And then also what you're going to say and not say in social space. And then finally, training becomes a really important part about this, and we'll talk about it more in a moment. We have training resources available for you and for your practice. You can let your account manager know. Some that are free, some that are available for a fee, but we definitely want to make sure that you and your team are up to speed. But the challenge that comes, or one of the several challenges that comes with your move into social space, is the recognition that, well, things are fragmenting and they're getting tougher to execute. Where you used to be able to, put up a piece of point of sale material inside the office to let them know about a new service or a new procedure, now you've got to think about advertising that. Having signage available inside your office, training your staff, marketing on the web, putting information out there in social space, blasting it on your email newsletter. Now, our account managers are trained to help you think this way, but only if we know about what's going on. So my advice to you here is really two things. One, communicate openly, honestly, and early with your account manager, whether with us or with the vendor that serves you presently, so that we can have a discussion around how to integrate a single opportunity or a single message across all these various channels, but also to start thinking about integrated marketing yourself so that you can develop some of your own successful campaigns by blending in communication across multiple channels. Now, the last little bit here, recognizing that to take advantage of any new opportunity, you have to be trained to do so. You have to have policies and procedures in place to support you. This is the time to define the roles. Who in the staff do you trust to communicate inside of social space? What policies do you have about what's allowed and not allowed? When should communications that are happening on social platforms be escalated past office staff and up to the doctor. So make those decisions and set a formal policy in place. Ultimately, encourage your staff to let you know where they feel like they've got a strong competency and where they need help. Again, we're likely able to help you out with that. And then finally, discuss the ethics of social media. It's very, very fast. It's very easy to post content. As a result, it's also easy to make mistakes. And our advice here is fairly straightforward. There's 3 things that you always need to hold on to. Number 1, you need to be honest about who you are and what your biases are. Be transparent about your affiliation. So what relationship does the person making the post have to the practice? And be sensible. Using common sense goes a long way in social media. That said, let's sum it up. Number 1, amazing opportunities today on Facebook and blogging, if not for the immediate benefit in search marketing, but to benefit your brand and also long-term to build equity for your practice. Can't be done without planning, so you need to take the time to start to think about how social media integrates with your broader marketing strategy. We can definitely help you there, as can we help with getting you and your staff trained and defining some procedures and policies. So there's your challenge for today. If you do want to learn more, you know that you can always reach out and email us. Stay subscribed to our newsletter, friend us on Facebook. Thank you for your time.